There are about 2.57 million pounds of carbon dioxide emitted into the air every second. I was doing research on a project when I came across this fact, and quite frankly, it scared me. Think about it. If that's every second, imagine days, or better yet, years. And that's just carbon dioxide. Now include methane, nitrous oxide, and all of the other harmful gases emitted into our atmosphere. That is what you and I are breathing in every day. I've always been fascinated with air pollution and how it affects the planet. In class, we'd watch these videos about air pollution and its negative effects on the environment. It truly amazed me how many people just brush off these issues and say that they're not a big deal. But what really blows my mind is big energy corporations like ExxonMobil, Suncor, and BP who know that their industry is polluting our air, but decide to push back. They put forth huge amounts of money and effort to block policy that would limit the air pollution they create. They are hurting people every day just to enrich themselves and their stockholders. Whilst these huge corporations are trying to make themselves richer, there are regular people who suffer from the greed and carelessness for the environment. We all know that smoking is bad, and most of us know the effect that it has on our bodies, which is why most people don't do it. But did you ever stop to think what burning fossil fuels does to the human body? Though smoking is the face of lung disease and lung cancer, nearly 80% of lung illnesses are due to air pollutants caused by automobiles and other fossil fuel burning machines. As carbon dioxide levels increase and the planet warms, ozone and other pollution levels are exacerbated, causing respiratory illnesses like asthma and emphysema. An increase of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere can also be directly linked to a slowing of human cognition. Air pollution has also caused the rates of lung cancer, allergies, asthma, and cardiovascular diseases to increase due to chemicals and particles in the air, such as sulfur oxides, radon, and many more. Even though people are suffering and dying, the air quality is still getting worse and worse. Not only is it harming people, but air pollution is also heating up the earth, which is drastically changing habitats and ecosystems. One major place affected by this is the polar ice caps. As Earth heats up, ice caps are melting and Arctic animal habitats are disappearing as sea levels rise. Now, I know these things sound scary, but there's still time to make a change. To do that, we need the help of people like you. You may not realize it, but as individuals, we can do a lot. We must reduce our carbon footprint and be conscious of the things we do in our daily life. If you're going somewhere close, walk or ride a bike there. Take public transit if it's available. Carpool if you and a friend or family member are going to the same place. All of these things will help reduce the carbon emissions put into the air. Though individual acts such as these can make a difference, we're going to need a lot of help from our government to truly make a change. Elected officials have a lot of power. They're the ones who write laws, change policies. We need to direct their attention to what needs to be done. We need to elect people who advocate for policies like the Green New Deal, which brings together a multitude of interlocking, complementary, and critically necessary projects, including those that reduce air pollution. We need people who are paying attention to the environmental distress that corporations and individuals are causing. We need to be talking to, emailing, and communicating with our local government officials. We need to be protesting all of the rollbacks on laws protecting our environment. We need to use our voices and votes to make a change. Remember that number I mentioned at the very beginning of my talk? 2.57 million pounds of carbon dioxide every second. I hope it doesn't seem like I've been up here talking for a very long time. Probably about 4.5 minutes, not that long. Well, in that time I've been up here, roughly 700 million pounds of carbon dioxide has been put into the air. That's roughly the same weight as 54,000 elephants. Please remember that if we don't make a drastic change in our habits, behaviors, and government soon, we're in for a rude awakening in our near future. There is no planet B.